My name's Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire. Alright. Final character that needs to get to Ascension 15 before we have to go for the actual real tough runs. Yes, I failed a couple of times in the lead up to these already, but that's gonna increase as we get closer and closer to A20. Alright, so there is 2 upgrades, 2 elites on the left. Or I can go for 1... I can go for only 1 elite this floor. I mean, we are playing the silent, so elites are a little bit of a problem for us. I don't know. I could do this path, right? As long as that's not an enemy fight, then I get a free elite. Yeah, I'm doing that. Alright. 1 free elite should help me set up the rest of my build. Can't take Corpse Explosion. Would if I could. I'll take Footwork and Dagger Spray though, pretty happily. Damn it, this is a fight. Alright, so I don't get a free elite. Rough. That's like a 10% chance there. Second Footwork? I want the second Footwork, but Predator. No, second Footwork. Alright, remove another card from my deck. Let's get a Defend out of there, just because the defends are more valuable already. So I don't need as many of them to defend myself. Backflip is a great replacement for it. Alright. Attack Potion gives us Glass Knife. 16 damage this turn. I'll take it. Alright. It's just about whether or not I play the Footwork this turn. I think I do. I think I'm going to need both Footworks out. So that when the enemy does turns like this, I can still block. So, block for 9, only increase the incoming damage by 1 there. 12, only increase the incoming damage by 3. Come on, give me lethal. Hey, that'll do it. Thank you. Goodbye, Gremlin Knob. Hello, Letter Opener. Every time we play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. We obviously have like a whole setup going on already. Crippling Cloud as well. Love that that was on sale. Okay, so this could not, this can't be the Gremlin Knob, so we're actually in a reasonable position against it. So my only goal here is to get both of my Footworks out. And then open up with Crippling Cloud. It doesn't look like I get to do that. That's okay. I should really open up with Crippling Cloud regardless. So I can do 2 damage if I use the strike. Yeah, we are actually going to have a lot of difficulty in this fight just because we don't have enough damage. Don't have a reliable source of poison or anything like that, unfortunately. We will be able to defend ourselves excellently, but that's not going to matter so much when we're dead. Yeah. We did it! We blocked for a bunch. So, the best enemy here for us to pick up is pretty obviously the Sentinels. That's exactly what I was hoping to get, unfortunately. That dream is dead. We are, however, just definitely dead here. The fact that the enemy is getting the 4 block a turn, and the fact that this fight was going to be a marathon regardless, meant that it really wasn't in our favor. If we had the Predator, this fight would have been much more successful. If we had the Footwork, which we do, right? Assuming we kept that, this fight against the Sentinels would have been a lot more successful. Alright. Yeah, see how we're doing like 1 damage, like 1 actual damage a turn here? It's unsustainable. Yeah. There we go. Goodbye, cruel world. So we did get offered the Predator that we could have used to fix that. And I took the footwork instead. That was a bit greedy. Definitely a bit greedy. Alright. Okay, possibility of sniping out one elite. If I go to the left-hand side. Bunch of question marks, though. Dex potion as well as... I'll take an early flechette, sure. Create 2 random cards. Neat. Bottled Flame, upon pickup, choose an attack. Started to combat that in an opening hand. I'll put the flechette in our opening hand because our opening hand is too larger than any of our other hands. I hate that we can't take this Shuriken here. Okay. I'm gonna take Caltrop and remove a strike. Couldn't even get the item that I forgot the name of. Caltrop, not Caltrop, sorry. Couldn't get the paper crane there either, which was a bit rough. Meat on the bone, if your HP is at or below 50% at the end of combat, heal for 12 HP. Another copy of Caltrop? Yeah, let's do it. We've done this deck before, but we're doing it again. 10 damage every single time you hit me, and I just stand there and block. Letter Opener. Every time we play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. So I was already incentivized to do this because of the early flechette pickup, right? So flechette is obviously really, really good when you have a bunch of skills in your deck, and if you're going to have a bunch of skills in your deck, they're typically defensive rather than aggressive, unless they're poison, but let's ignore that for the moment. Which means that you can safely put flechette in a deck that you intend to do a bunch of defending in, and a deck you intend to do a bunch of defending in. It's great if it does some passive damage. I can actually probably take that without too much of a concern. No, it'll dilute my deck. I'm still going to avoid it. Strength Potion, second copy of flechette. Okay, Strength Potion's actually really good with this because of the copies of flechette that we have. It's 24 damage. Straight up murder the backliner, weaken the frontliner for 2 more turns. I mean, it's incredible what we can get done. Sweet. Swift Potion as well as Piercing Wail. That's another skill for our deck. We are going to want to pick up skills, even skills that might seem a little substandard. Just for the flechettes to be more powerful. It's going to be obviously a little rough in this fight. Ooh, nice. Trigger the Letter Opener for a bunch of damage. It's going to be a little rough in this fight, obviously, just because of the dilution of our deck that's occurring with the sentries. Come on, 2 defends. Alright, I'm using a Strength Potion here to save myself 10 HP. Really could not have expected the hand to be that bad. I could have expected it to be bad, sure, but not that bad. Literally, like, there were, what? Hang on. 4, 3, 3, 7. Okay, there were 10 dazeds in our deck, and we drew 7 of them in our first 2 hands there. That's so unlucky. We've only got 3 dazeds left in there. Wild. Okay, and we get the kill next turn at least. By Sentry, hello Singing Bowl. When adding cards to your deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead. Love that relic. Do I take Predator, Corpse Explosion, or... Well, Corpse Explosion doesn't really make too much sense to us. Oh no, it kind of does with the flechette. Okay, it actually makes a lot of sense. Take it. And here I was thinking it didn't make sense. We do need more defense in this deck, so like a leg sweep would be great. Full stop. We basically need flechette next turn if we're going to kill here. Oh. Okay. Got both of them. I kind of want to take the Bouncing Blast literally just as another skill in this deck, but that's probably a bad idea right there. Extra Caltrop. We are so well prepared for this boss. Hopefully we get both of our Caltrops out in the first 2 turns. Oh my god, Piercing Wail. My god, Piercing Wail. Perfect time for you to turn up. Alright, 10 damage every single time you hit me. Let's see how many times you want to. It's looking like as much as possible is what you're opting for here. Shame. Alright, with all of these burns in our deck, we could actually get just completely screwed on a draw. And they're diluting out our better effects as well. Just need to be able to defend this turn. That'll do. Sweet. Another Corpse Explosion's probably too much. Nightmare's probably too much as well. Maybe if I had a Footwork on the deck already, I would consider the Nightmare. But I don't, so I won't. Yeah, I need to pass. Let's get that max HP. Okay, no Energy Relic here. That is really, really, really rough for us. But because we have the 2 copies of Caltrop, so we're super well prepared against the Book of Stabbing. And we've got the Piercing Wail and the Corpse Explosion, so we're super well prepared against AoE fights. I think we'll go for the Black Star and then try and hunt Elites next floor. That could easily kill us, but we really wanted extra energy for this deck, so I still need to make some benefit out of what we got as a boss relic on that floor. Okay, so maximum elite path is 3, but there's actually 2 midline rests and an early shop. That's still pretty good. This enemy does have a multi-attack, so I don't know, maybe we're cool here. Still worth playing the Corpse Explosion there, I feel. Yeah. Ow. Had to go for the big hit, eh? There we go. That's the kill. Goodbye, enemy. Hello, victory. Attack potion as well as... No, none of those. Really glad to be able to pick up more max HP, though. Sure. I'll take a relic. Dreamcatcher, whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck. Okay, not really the relic that I wanted there, unfortunately. 1 of 20 cards to add to the deck. Well, there are a lot of cards I would take here. Another copy of Caltrop is definitely one of them. Another copy of Piercing Wail is definitely another, because it's good against all of the elites this floor. Like, really good against them. Noxious Fumes, start of your turn, deal 2 damage to all enemies. I mean, we need more defense, but that totally works for us. I'm concerned that maybe I want to remove a strike here. Increase the consistency of drawing my defensive cards. Sweet. Easy fight. I mean, that could not have been better. Energy Potion, gain 2 energy, another Piercing Wail. Energy Potion is probably better than the Attack Potion for us, actually. More important on us setup turns. So, Noxious Fumes is a huge upgrade. So are all of those Piercing Wails, but I feel like Noxious Fumes is going to be more important in the short run. That's what I'm actually worried about right now. Okay, it's important that I play out everything here. So Energy Potion, get those Caltrops both out. 1 Piercing Wail is enough. So I take 1 damage this turn, but I get to kill the frontliner that's actually more difficult for us to kill, and I set the sneaky gremlin to be able to die to... I was actually going to kill them by playing 3 skills, but it's really important I get Noxious Fumes out that turn. Sweet, even hit weakness there. So if the enemy attacks this turn... Oh my god, they even decided to attack. I am so pleased with that. Neat. Oh, this fight has gone so well. Love it. Ollie Smooth Stone, start each combat with 1 dex, as well as Bottled Lightning. Upon pickup, choose a skill, start each combat with that in your opening hand. Let's think about this. Corpse Explosion in the opening hand can be really good. Just decide the target that you're going to be focusing on. Yeah. Let's do that. That now needs to be upgraded more. I definitely want to weaken the frontliner and Corpse Explosion the backliner. But I'm worried that might not be the best thing that we can do. What about Piercing Whale, Corpse No. See, everything that I want to do, I want 1 more energy, and then I'm happy doing it. But we're not getting that. Alright, fine. Just gonna murder the backliner instantly, then weaken and double defend against the frontliner. I just need to get a target off of the board to make this much simpler for myself. I'd love to play both with the Caltrop here, but then I have to concede some damage this turn. If only I had some more energy. Hint, hint. Video game. Probably should have considered throwing a weakness potion there, but I was hoping to save it for boss fights. Definitely should have used Corpse Explosion. Corpse Explosion, Piercing Whale, I guess, that turn. Yeah, the enemy is only going to be attacking super harshly for a while more, so I think I do need to throw the weakness potion here. As much as I wanted to use everything else. Sweet. If only that Corpse Explosion was already upgraded, we would be fine here. Oh well. Backstab in the opening hand is actually not that great for the sake of flechette, but it is good for the sake of Corpse Explosion. Start setting up a target to die instantly. Ooh, that actually might be more important than flechette. Having backstabs in the opening hand so that I can just instantly kill a target. Mercury Hourglass at the start of your turn deals 3 damage to all enemies. That is actually huge for us. Piercing Whale is 30 damage, 36, 30... Oh my god. I am, like, too short from lethal on a character here. If only Corpse Explosion was upgraded, right? 30 damage, 41, 47... Wait, hang on. 30, 41, 47, so I can actually kill the backliner. 30, 41, 47. Oh my god. Oh, that rocks. And that was only possible courtesy of the Mercury Hourglass doing that at the very start. Happy Flower, every 3 turns gain an energy, as well as the Sentinel puzzle. Don't want to take a finisher in this deck. Another Piercing Whale seems like it's a little heavy, though, so pass both of those. Remove a card? Sure. Just a strike, then. Let's go for another upgrade. I'd really like to get the Corpse Explosion upgraded now. Sweet. All the Piercing Whales are obviously ridiculous for this. We'll have no problem with this fight. I don't need to consider taking damage that turn in order to play the other card. Gosh, these Caltrop really would have liked if they came up earlier. It's okay, though. Not like I hold a grudge. At the very least, we did get them reasonably early, I guess. Sweet. Take 40 damage hitting me. And then just lethal, if you don't mind. Beautiful. Matroshka, the next two non-boss chests you open contain 2 relics, as well as the Snecko Skull. Whenever you apply poison, apply 1 additional poison. That's just going to be ridiculous for us. Another copy of pre-upgraded Caltrop. Oh, God, yes. Okay, I have to target this one if I want everyone to die. Sweet. Everyone's dead. That is a really, really cool opening hand. More copies of Backstab would just make it a lot better. Copy of Dodge and Roll? Sure, that's 7 block this turn, 7 block next turn. This elite shouldn't be too difficult for us, so I do want to get another upgrade here. All of those piercing wails are huge hits, but so is the Backstab, so that we can reliably just completely clear the board against AoE fights on the first turn. Okay, Noxious Fumes is going to remove all of the artifact from this enemy eventually, so I'm fine with leaving it. Fine with leaving the piercing wails in the deck. I do think I should probably use the Dex Potion in this fight, though. Corpse Explosion... No, Corpse Explosion. Caltrop. Of course, Corpse Explosion was the opening hand. I don't know what I was thinking there. Okay, so both of them have taken copies of Caltrop from me. Although only one of them was doing the debuff, I thought. Maybe I looked wrong, I guess. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna throw the weakness potions so that I can use the piercing wail here. Hugely effective. Rather than striking, I play another defense so that I can trigger the letter opener for even more damage. Right, there's all my Caltrop out. Best defense I could cobble together that turn, unfortunately. Still, the enemy is finally getting poisoned. And I got a dodge and roll to set me up a little bit for the next turn. Beautiful. Yeah, I think the Dex Potion was definitely the correct decision here. Okay, is this another Hyper Beam already? It's not. I'll admit, I was worried. But we're fine. God, we do a lot of damage at the start of each of our turns. Noxious Fumes triggers the Snecko Skull as well, so we apply damage that gets actually dealt at the end of the turn, but also the 3 extra damage at the start of the turn from the Mercury Hourglass. I am definitely going to need an Energy Relic after this. I could take in Venom with the Snecko Skull, but it actually doesn't suit the style of deck. Like, the Flechettes will trigger in Venom, but that's about it. And the Flechette don't always go off a lot. Like, I would need a bunch more backflips in this deck before I'd be comfortable taking that. So I'm gonna go for the max HP again. No energy. That's so rough. That is complete garbage for us, unfortunately. Yeah, not having any energy is just deathly. Deathly for this deck, especially because the opening hand has 2 cards in it that already cost all of my energy by themselves. That's why Backstab is also a good pickup, because it's something that I can play for 0, where our opening hand already has 2 cards that occupy the majority of the energy that we get. I don't want to use the Pandora's Box here, because if I re-roll these and then I suddenly get like high cost cards, I am completely screwed. I think it might be Tiny House. Wristblade is just ridiculously underpowered. So's Tiny House, but Pandora's Box could just completely screw us. You know what? We're already completely screwed. Pandora's Box. Bad. Okay. Bad. Okay. Okay. Bad. Good. Yeah, I think our deck on average got a little bit better there, but not much. Now, the huge problem here is, how do I pull myself out of this nosedive? Well, I'm gonna have to fight a bunch of elites and get a bunch of relics. Which is terrifying to do, frankly. All right. Gotta do what you gotta do. Don't plan the plan if you can't follow through. All that matters, taking matters into your own hands, blah, 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 blah. You've all seen it. Or not. I hate that that was the best way for me to stop damage that turn. I really need some actual block cards in this deck. At least we get an extra energy next turn. Thank you, Happy Flower. For a turn that solely doesn't deserve it. Oh, yeah, these elites are going to kill us completely. Actually... Oh, God, that's obviously not what I meant to target there. Actually, the Nemesis Elite does just instantaneously kill us. Fun fact for you right there. Sweet. That's what I was thinking about when I was like, okay, yeah, we can just instantly murder whole fights. Use a deadly poison there. Kind of planning on the fact that they're just not going to bother attacking me. One's dead at the start of this turn. And another now. Beautiful. Oh God, really? I do need to poison the enemy here as much as I can. You know what? I'm not even going to Corpse Explosion. I think getting out the tools of the trade so that I can be a little bit more selective with my hand is going to be really important for us. What do I actually end up playing here, right? So neutralize, probably not flechette. Oh, we really needed extra energy, and I'm really sad we didn't get it. So I could just play Storm of Steel and pump out all of these, and I'll be fine. Caltrop doesn't actually help me here. It does damage, but it doesn't prevent the enemy from doing any incoming damage on me. So I'll play that, then Storm of Steel. Yeah, we're probably just dead this fight, it looks like. Whee! Alright, we need like a bunch of deflects in this deck at this point, I think. Okay, let's go. Expertise. Flechette. Storm Steel is only 16 down, whereas this is 10, 11. I was just making sure that I got the absolute best out of that turn that I was capable of getting. And we did. Footwork, thank you. Panache, every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, deal 10 damage to all enemies. Yeah, that doesn't happen to us. So we'll take a Flash of Steel. Still taking 9 though. Alright, should be good now though. Right. Get the damage at the start of the turn. And that'll get them done. Easy. Yeah, I think I have to duck the elites. You know what? I'm taking the catalyst. We need things to just suddenly go ridiculously our way if we're actually going to get anything out of this, so I'm looking for outs at this point. It's another footwork. That and 10 block on turn 1, because I usually have to commit all of my damage on turn 1. I can dodge all elites on this path. Reserved insect. Enemy elite combats have 25% less HP. Obviously, we're not going to the heart with this build. I mean, we've already missed the emerald elite this floor, but there's nothing that we could do here. Lose 40 to upgrade a card? Sure. There's no boss at the end of the floor. Time Eater. We're just screwed against Time Eater. Kind of just accepting that. I think I'll be happier that way. So that means both the chumps are cleared out next turn, at the cost of putting 2 dazeds into my deck there. Yeah, I just don't have any defense here available. Definitely Piercing Well. Definitely, sorry, not Piercing Well, but the other one. Footwork. Caltrop Dash. Unfortunately, the enemy has the artifact on them, so I couldn't hit them with either of the Piercing Whales there. And I didn't have enough debuffs in hand in order to remove the the effect that they had on them, the artifact, and then hit them afterwards. Unfortunately. Corpse Explosion's good. Footwork is good. I'm going to neutralize as well. Neat. Okay, so we just slow roll this, right? 42 incoming damage. Yeah, we're just dead this turn, right? Well, I can change the enemy's intent. So if I footwork, dodge, and roll, I get 12 block, 13 block this turn, and then I remove 6 strength from the enemy. So 13, 6, 19, different from where it is. Actually, no, the enemy is weakened right now, so they're losing 25% of their max. So 25% of their max means that on... What, 25% of your max when you're on 50 is half of 25. Okay, so this isn't just a 50 attack. It's going to be like a 55 or something like that. 55 minus 13 is roughly around the same rate. Okay, so 55 minus 6 strength takes you down to 49. Then losing 25% of that takes you down basically another 13. So we go down to 36. This is rough, right? Because I'm working with estimates. So you go down to 36, and then I block for 13. Yeah, we're just dead if we do that. Okay, so it's riddled with holes, and just hope that we get a much better... Yeah, we're dead. You are kidding me. It went down to 36, not 39. So if we did do the footworks, we would have defended first. That sucks. That's what I get for estimating. Okay, hang on. How did I end up screwing up my math? So the enemy was attacking for 42. They had 25% weakness on them, right? So if 42 is 75% of something, then split 42 in 3, and then you add one of those, right? So 42 in 3 is what? 14? So you'd add 14 to it, so it's 56 that it was trying to do in its actual damage, right? So 56 reduced by 25% overall by the weakness. You have to remove the weakness, remove the strength, then add the weakness back in order to figure out the actual number. So what? 56 minus 25% is going to be just under 15. How did I go wrong then? Why did it remove 20? Oh my god! I wasn't counting my own vulnerable. So, that's an example of a turn that I get a little frustrated about in Slay the Spire. When the enemy is weak, but also you're affecting their strength, but also you have vulnerability applied to yourself. Because it becomes really, really frustrating to try and actually figure out, okay, what is the result of this card actually going to be? And it's not always straightforward. I managed to calculate 2 of the steps down. I forgot that I was vulnerable. So I would have had to remove the weakness from the enemy's attack, the vulnerability from the enemy's attack, the vulnerability on me from the damage that they're dealing with their attack, then add the reduction of strength, then add the vulnerability and the weakness back in. Vulnerability and weakness, my understanding is they apply at the same rate. So those shouldn't necessarily interact with one another, but it does mean there's a 25% modification there that I wasn't even factoring in. That's an interesting loss, because I think that with one energy relic anywhere, this would have won, especially if I didn't have to take the Pandora's box, instead got an energy relic in that position. In fact, I think we would have been hunting elites in that circumstance, which means we wouldn't have even gone to the writhing space. But furthermore, it's a little bit interesting because it's one of the runs that actually makes a really, really, really good point about the mechanical depth of this game. And I accounted almost entirely for it. Just not enough. Did anyone else have the math completely right at that point? If you did, could you walk me through the exact calculation? Is it exactly what I did, but with just vulnerability also removed at the same time? I'd like to know. For the moment, though, my name's been Rhapsody, the name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.